Hey guys, Jordan here. In this video, I'm gonna give my honest opinion about Loupedeck tools, so let's get into it. Now, recently somebody reached out to me. They said, hey, I see you have the Loupedeck tools on your desk. Can you explain? Do you recommend them? What are your thoughts on them? And honestly, I'm a big fan of just trying to find tools and things that will help you save time, effort, and energy, maybe reduce your editing time and workflow. Now, I will say I've had this keyboard. This is a specific photography editing keyboard right here. This is the Loupedeck Plus, and I really like it. I use it a lot when I'm editing real estate photos. So instead of using your mouse and scrolling back and forth, you have dedicated knobs for exposure, shadows, highlights, blacks, whites, temperature, tint, all those main edits that you're doing. And I really like the dedicated, the buttons for it. So if you are a real estate photographer and you edit your own photos, in Lightroom specifically, I definitely would recommend the Loupedeck Plus. This is by far the Loupedeck tool that I use the most, and I've had the longest. Honestly, I took it when I first bought it. You know, I used it for a little bit. I don't do heavy on the editing, but recently we had some issues on our editing side of our business, so I pulled it back out and started, and it really did save a lot of time. So if you do editing, definitely recommend it. But I purchased it, I used it for a little bit, and then I didn't use it for a long time, and then I just pulled it out when I needed to use it again. But anyways, I keep it on my desk because we're working on refining our editing stuff currently. But I have the other two other Loupedecks. This one is the Loupedeck CT. It has the knob on it, and then this one is the Loupedeck Live. I think the build quality and what you can do with them is nice. You know, I'm pretty nerdy about tools and stuff like that, and even for me, these tools can be a little bit much from a setup perspective, right? I think they're making it easier to customize these tools, right? Because they're just tools. The Loupedeck, the old UI was not that great. The new one makes it easier, but I think there still is an opportunity for Loupedeck to make the customization a little bit easier, right? So from a photo editing standpoint, I do use these. They have these touch buttons, but honestly, if I was practical, this Loupedeck CT, for what you pay for it, I'd probably just go with the Loupedeck Live. I think I'm not getting a whole lot extra value out of the Loupedeck CT than the Loupedeck Live. So you can customize them for different programs and what tools you use. So I use it for transform tool, the color picker tool, so some dedicated buttons for some of those tools that I use that I'd rather do instead of clicking on the screen. But outside of that, I use this primarily. But yeah, the thing that I don't like the most about these is the amount of effort it takes to set up the customization. I think coming out of the box, it's all right. There's, you know, by default, there's like WhatsApp and some things that most people don't use, but setting it up, if you really wanted to set, you could probably spend a day customizing it, and it might not even be exactly how you want it. So a lot of options, the customizability. Now, I know these are more editing tools. For me personally, a tool that I use a lot is the Stream Decks. They are a lot easier to program. Now, you can't program specific stuff, so it is a different tool than a Loupedeck. I just wish the Loupedeck customization process was much easier, like the Stream Deck UI. So they are great tools, and I think there's a lot of use for them. And you know, maybe I just haven't put forth a significant amount of effort to customize them exactly how I continue to edit them as I see, like I'm using this tool a lot. Let me make that closer here, or these knob buttons. But anyways, just wanted to give my 2 cents on the Loupedeck tools. At the end of the day, they're just tools. So if they save you time and effort, I'm all for that. And that's all I got to say about the Loupedeck. So anyways, if you like this video, hit the like button and leave a comment if you want me to show more specifics on the Loupedeck tools. I'm more than happy to answer your questions or expand on it. So anyways, that's gonna do it for this one. If you're interested in learning more about the real estate photography business, which is what I mostly talk about on this channel, consider subscribing to our channel as we consistently put out real estate photography content. And that's gonna do it for this one. Reach out if you have any questions. We will see you guys on the next one.